Alright, let's get things done.
Hey, man.
Hey, you... What's happening? Oh, are we doing a bit? We're doing a bit, aren't we?
Have you seen the thing?
We're definitely doing a bit.
The leak for the next MK. It was literally revealed 2 days ago. I know, right? I can't wait to play it on the Switch.
Oh, you mother...
Well, that didn't take long, did it? Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another Mortal Kombat 12 video. Today, with us only a few days off the most recent Nether Realms tease, that being the clock striking to 1 and jumping 12. It's led us to a limitless end of theories and speculation on just what is going on here. Are we going full reboot? Is it a sequel? Is it a requel? Are we getting the Shang ending? Are we getting the Liu Kang ending? There's so many questions, but right now, we simply don't know and are speculating about. But one thing that does seem to be consistent when it comes to Nether Realms teasers are, well, the leaks. And mind you, I'm saying this with air quotations. The thing is, when it comes to Mortal Kombat, there's really two things that explode to the scene upon being shown. Crazy theory crafting, hello, we do that here a lot. And of course, leaks, which at this point, kinda synonymous with the series. So with both the Hourglass tease and Clock tease, it was inevitable that we were going to get something come out of the woodwork. So with that said, what exactly is going on with said leak? Also, possible spoilers ahead? So you know, if you want to go into this completely blind, I really do recommend right now taking your lead. So, the tweet does say the following. Exclusive, starting off strong, upcoming release game from Nether Realms Studios, Warner Brothers game will be called Mortal Kombat 1 on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and the Switch, with the standard edition being $69.99, the premium edition being $109.99, and the collector's edition being $249.99. So first off, let's actually break this down, as this will be the first of 2 tweets regarding Mortal Kombat 12, or 1 in this instance. Now, I think that this is a pretty stupid name. Like, if we are requelling it, just do Mortal Kombat as a standalone title again. I know we did that for Mortal Kombat 9, but everyone still refers to that game as Mortal Kombat 9. So just referring to this one as Mortal Kombat, it's not that bad. And it also kind of fits into the theme of where requels take the title of the original movie and then brand themselves with it. With that accounted for, could this at all have any validity to it? Well, kind of. Here's the thing. The real reason why this has been branded as Mortal Kombat 1 is because of that damn clock. It's very blatant. And of course, the most recent thing we've seen to come out of this all. So it would make sense for them to brand this new Mortal Kombat as Mortal Kombat 1. So this could 100% be fake right now. There's always the possibility that this could be a placeholder name, but I really don't think Mortal Kombat 1 makes much sense here. In terms of console and pricing, this isn't exactly anything new, is it? We all kind of expected these games to enter the next generation while still catering to the Switch and PC. And we also have to remember, the price of the gaming industry at this point has gone up. So the prices of these being $10 or $20 above of what we saw back in 2019 isn't anything new. I'm gonna phrase it like this. This is the most nothing new, with the only takeaway at best being that horrific title. With tweet 1 out the way, it now brings us on to our next tweet that says the following here. Mortal Kombat 1 is reportedly the next Mortal Kombat game, targeting September release, with a reveal imminent in the next couple of weeks. Peacemaker and Homelander will be potential characters, and of course, coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and the Switch. So a lot of this information is just relayed stuff from the previous tweets with new additions. The thing is, it would be way more fishy if this tweet and the last one were near identical, as it would give it way way more validity, as really, the only main thing they have in common here is the title. Hell, the consoles they've laid out here aren't even identical down to the minute detail. Along with this, they've given us a very broad statement regarding its release in September. Exciting, right? Well, it's not exactly new. This has all been accessible information that was made publicly available by David Zaslav during his earnings call. This was all announced back in February, and it's like the world's worst kept secret at this point. So this isn't anything new. Point is, if this news was to come out of a retailer, which is where I'm guessing these maybe leaks could have come from, you would expect a date to be in mind, considering that they are supposedly leaking the guest characters. So not having information on a release date, but having details on a guest character just doesn't add up in my mind. Now, of course, let's talk about the guest characters and whether or not there could be an inkling of truth behind them. And surprise, surprise, there's nothing that can say they can't be in, but there's also nothing to say that they can be in. Here's the thing, licensing has become a rather delicate thing when it comes to Mortal Kombat guest characters, as the expiration of Freddy Krueger in MK9 led to that game being pulled from digital stores. And then we had the infamous disappearance of Ash Williams for Mortal Kombat 11, with the Joker being introduced as an emergency replacement to fill in that slot. Hence why the Joker in the Combat Pack trailer looks so different to what we have in game. It's also why the trailer for it was released so much later than the game's launch. With history in mind, how does this impact, or could impact, future characters, as well as DLC ones? Well, with the constant exchange of hands, with characters like Krueger and Michael Myers, who was actually considered at one point before being declined by Blumhouse, I don't see NetherRealm going back to approaching horror character IPs again, unless they reuse the older characters. But even in saying that, Alien and Predator are now in the hands of Disney, arguably their biggest competitor. And with Spawn being popular amongst MK fans, and Joker being a sudden but rather welcomed inclusion, I do believe that said leakers are trying to lean into the theme of mature anti-hero and darker themed heroes, seeing it as a possible theme for Mortal Kombat 12. Because think about it, 9 had Krueger, which eventually evolved into the horror wave of characters that we got in Mortal Kombat X, and for 11, it had 2 R-rated comic book characters that were introduced to the universe. So we could be looking at these two and seeing them as catalysts for the next wave of DLC characters, emulating what Krueger did to Mortal Kombat X. Now don't get me wrong, with audiences maturing through the MCU, and that universe kind of refusing to age with its audience, it's allowed shows like Peacemaker, Invincible, and The Boys to flourish. But when it comes to guest characters, it's always, and I mean always, comes down to one word: licensing, which has been the main perpetrator of this entire conversation. Point is, this can only be done with studio permission and licensing agreements to a character from a certain point in time or certain version of them. Hence why the guest characters in Mortal Kombat games don't really have skins. It's 1 or 2 costumes, but that's it. They are paying the rights for a very specific version. Now, in the case of Peacemaker, great choice by the way, this one is kind of a given, as it's DC, which is still under the Warner Brothers ban. So I doubt very much has to be done to get a character like Peacemaker in the game. Although, I must say, I never thought I'd ever see the day where I'd feature John Cena on the channel, or even my thumbnail. But hey, supposed leaks, right? On the bright side, if there's any truth behind it. Because this one, I could see happening. I'm gonna get an unparalleled amount of happiness if I beat someone in tournament, and then get the chance to say,
"Peace out, motherfucker."
Now, let's move on to Homeland. And this is where things kind of get a little bit complicated. Because whilst The Boys' large success is really on the shoulders of Amazon, having drawn influence from the source material, but strayed far away enough from it to develop its own identity, we have to keep in mind that The Boys as an IP is owned by its creator, Garth Ennis, a man who hates everything because, dear lord, have you read his original run? Jesus. My point is that the idea of a deal doesn't just respectively sit on Amazon's shoulders, but possibly that of Garth's as well. And with his reputation for hating everyone and everything, I don't know if I'd say the likelihood is exceptionally high, but I also don't know how much control Amazon has over the brand itself, as Amazon could simply onto the visual TV license. The thing is, and I have to get this out here, the biggest red flag is the phrase potential. This overused word effectively works as a straw man's get out of jail free card, because potential or potentially literally means anything. It guarantees nothing while simultaneously saying, yeah, you know, it could happen. And here's the thing, when it comes to licensing, this is all done way in advance to make it happen. Like, we 100% knew that Ash was supposed to be in the game because of Switch data mines. How can people know about 12's guest characters when the game hasn't even come out for that information to be data mined? So here's the thing at the end of the day. Whilst I would like this to be true, kind of, get rid of that terrible name, I just don't see it as real. And this is coming from someone that loved Peacemaker. In fact, in the middle of recording this and editing it together, Ed has retweeted one of Uncaged Games' videos saying, "Great video by Uncaged, shooting down rumors." So if this isn't anything to go by, I don't know what is. And here's the thing, it's very, very rare for Ed to interact with leaks or rumors unless he feels like there's some worth behind it. So take what you will from this interaction. With that said, everyone, I hope this has shined some clarity on this nonsensical issue. Now, I'm gonna pass it over to you. What do you think of it all? Do you think it's happening, or is it all just BS? Please do comments down below, as I'd love to hear what you have to say. And also, who would you like to see as a guest character for Mortal Kombat 12? And what theme would you like them to follow? But for now, everyone, that has been it for me. So as always, stay strong, stay well, and keep on fighting as we all eagerly await the eventual real reveal of Mortal Kombat 12. Take care, everyone. I'll see you all soon.